Way too special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. We out here, man. 33 years of prison stories. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support, man. Big shout out to TBP Nation. We out here. You know, doing it. You know, we're going to keep on going. Tell a friend to come on over here with us, man. Hit that subscribe button. Share these videos. Talk to me in the comments. Y'all know I talk back. Oh, man, today I was reading the comments as we bring up comments, and it just made me think about, you know, telling the story that I'm getting ready to tell y'all now, man, about, you know, basically when them cell doors close. Man, when them cell doors close, it's a whole different ball game, man. I mean, all the way around the board. You know, it's a metaphor, even like when you get locked up and them cell doors close, you know, it's real. You know, but, you know, literally, when them cell doors close in prison, man, you really in trouble. You in trouble for sure. There's a lot of things can happen to you, man, when you locked in that cell. Now, it's a double-edged sword because there's a lot of things that can happen to you when you outside that cell. But when you locked inside that cell, you know, you limit the danger by the masses, but individual danger still, you know, is present. And just being in that cell locked in is dangerous, because whatever happens in that cell, you cannot get out. You know what I'm saying? You cannot get out. And that danger can come from your cell partner. That danger can come from outside your cell because you still have openings. I've been in cells where they got bars. Anybody can do anything when you locked in that cell that would trap you, and you cannot get out. You cannot get out. You are literally trapped. So, you know, the first present danger is your cellie. You know what I'm saying? How y'all get along? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Do you know, look at him as a threat? You know, have you know, broke down what can happen in this cell if things go left? You know what I'm saying? If you get into it with him in a physical altercation, do you have a plan? Do you have a strategy for success? A strategy for survival? You have to have these things. You have to know these things. And you could be in there with somebody that looks just as docile as I don't know what, but when the war break out, you don't know what's going on. You don't know if he got a plan. You don't know if he got that Bethlehem hid in there somewhere. You don't know if he got another type of makeshift weapon in there, you know, waiting on in case something go wrong. So when you go in a cell, no matter what cell you go in, you got to plan your exit strategy, man. You got to plan your survival strategy. You got to be ready for whatever happens in that cell. If you don't, your cellie may have already done that. He may have already made them type of plans. He may already be prepared in case something don't go right. So this puts you in danger, you know what I'm saying? This is the person that you got to lay your head down and go to sleep around. You know, this is the person you got to turn your back to. This is the person that you know, got to get some type of comfortability with, you know, because if you don't, man, I'm trying to tell you right now, it can go south real bad, man, real bad. I've known too many. And when I tell you too many dudes that got punished, they got crushed, they got the Bethlehem put in them, in they sleep, they got, you know, their heads split open, and got, you know, have to wear colostomy bags, and all of the above, you know, by their cell partner, because they trapped in that cell. I know dudes that just got beat just with their hands alone, beat so bad that they had to be airlifted out of there, that they had to go to the hospital, that they had to, got their jaw broke. I was in the cell one time with a dude, man, I forget his name. Oh, he was a cornball though. I mean, he was a straight Bama, I can't lie. But he talked real funny. He talked like this, and the reason why he talked like that because his former cell partner had broke his jaw. Had broke his jaw, had shattered his jaw. He had to get a whole reconstructive surgery on his jaw, was never really in line, right, or put his speech back in line, So it goes down in the cell, man. It goes down in there, man. And like I say, you trapped in there. There's no way out. So you have to be physically capable of defending yourself. You have to be mentally capable of defending yourself. You have to be ready for war at all times. This is a lot of reasons why, some dudes work out. Some dudes work out so they can be prepared if they got to go into a physical battle, because it's going to start off physical. You know what I'm saying? No matter how it end up, it's going to start off physical. It's going to start off verbal, but if it get into altercation, it's going to be physical. Even if you at the Bethlehem, it's still going to be some type of tussle if you in that cell. Because ain't nobody just going to let you just chop them down. Ain't nobody just going to let you do that. So it's going to become physical because they're going to try to stop you, or you might have to try to stop them. So if you in that cell, you have to already have game plan for that type of stuff. And it's a crazy way to live, but look at where you at. You in a crazy place. So you have to think like that. You can't get in there and get comfortable with somebody. You can't get in there and get relaxed. There is no comfortable in prison. There is no relax in prison. There's no such thing. How can you? You in a foreign land. You know what I'm saying? You can never get comfortable. I never got comfortable in 33 years. And I've been in the cells with dudes like my brother, like Dixon, my brother, you know what I'm saying, who I know would die for me and vice versa when we was in there in those situations. But at the same time, I had a level of being comfortable with him, but I wasn't comfortable because I'm in prison. You understand? And the only reason I got to a level of being comfortable with him because we had already been through so many different wars and battles, you know what I'm saying, side by side. You know what I'm saying? So his loyalty had already been proven. But to get to that level, man, takes a lot. And a lot has to be seen. A lot has to be proven. But for the most part, prison, man, you can never feel like that. You can never feel relaxed. You can never feel comfortable. And even, like I said, even in there with him, if that door busts open, we up. If somebody come to that door, if somebody walk by that door, I know y'all always tease me about, keeping my head on a swivel, but that's because of the life that I lived, the things that I have seen, the things that I have witnessed, the things I've been through. You see a movement just like that shadow behind me. You see a movement, man, you got to look because that could be danger coming at you. That could be somebody walking by your cell, just walking by, but they could be plotting just to look in there and see what's going on. Take a peek in there and see. You never know what they might walk through there and do next once they see where you at, where the comfortability is. They could be getting ready to get the door popped. They could be getting ready to throw something in there. All of those type of things are possibilities when you locked in that cell, man. And I can remember when I first got locked up, man, especially in that wall, the big thing was, man, they had the bars, you know what I'm saying? So the big thing was, dudes that was beefing with you that really was trying to, send you to the upper room because it seemed like in the wall, that was the only type of beef they had. There wasn't no whole lot of beefs in there that I can recall during my stay about somebody want to just rumble with you. Somebody just want to get it in. Nah, they want to carry you up out of here. If it done got to the point where it's going to be physical, they trying to send you up out of here, man. They trying to, make you leave this earth, So, yeah, man, dudes we used to have them padlocks in there, them combination locks. And then your cell going to lock by when you push it closed, it's going to be locked. But they had them combination locks and stuff. So dudes was beefing with you and they catch you in your cell sleep, man. They come by and put that combination lock on your door, close it, start spraying baby oil and lighter fluid in there. Back then they had the Zippo lighters and all of that stuff. And they set your cell on fire, man. They set your cell on fire, man. I can't tell you how many dudes uh throughout my incarceration that I seen that was old timers, man. They had anywhere from burns on their arm to burns on their leg to burns on their faces to having their whole body almost, with severe burns. They've been in years and years of intensive care trying to get, back right. It's too many, you know. And what sparked the video was somebody had asked me about that. And it was crazy because the person that he asked me about in the comment, I actually knew who he was talking about because I ended up moving in that dude's cell when I was on State Farm on Powhatan. This dude had, got set afire in his cell in the wall, to my understanding, and almost his whole body was burnt. It was the grace of God that he survived, and he was still. This is decades later. He's still going through it, and he had his own single cell on Powhatan up there in the corner, I think, for even a couple of decades. And I was in line to get a single cell, and once he got left, it just so happened, my number came up to get that cell. So I ended up getting the cell that he was, previously in for years and years and years. And that's how I know the dude and remember the dude. This dude that hit me in the comments was saying that, he used to go up there to visit his people, and he remember seeing him in there, and his people told him that, he asked what had happened to the dude, and he told him that's what had happened to him. So that's what sparked me to thinking about that, about this cell thing, man, because that was a big thing in the wall, man. They set your fire up in that joint, man. You be up in there barbecuing up in the cell and you can't get out. All you can do is holler, scream, try to put the fire out. But if you got lighter fluid everywhere and baby or all this flammable stuff in your cell is just burning up, and the police ain't like they gonna come bum rush on the block with all these people out there try to fight their way through them, get to your cell, then realize you got another lock on there, then they got to get the maintenance people to come and bust it. Man, you gonna die or get close to it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna die or get close to it. So, you might say to yourself, well, what do you do against that? What you do is you got to stay on point. That's how you got to keep your head on the swivel. That's how you got to have, an exit plan. You got to have something, okay, if somebody do this, what am I going to do? You had dudes in there that stayed in there with big 5-gallon buckets and had them filled up with water. You know what I'm saying? You had dudes that kept wet towels and stuff so they could wrap themselves up if in case something like that happened. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be prepared for those type of things because those type of things was a possibility. Those type of things was danger, imminent danger. It can happen because it was happening, And once it had started, whenever it did, start, then it became, it became a weapon. That's what dudes would do. They'd catch you in that cell, bam, throw that lock on there, do whatever. You had some dudes that, I told y'all in that wall, man, they would take and put that Bethlehem on the end of a broomstick and stand there and poke you through the bars, if they catch you sleeping or, do things like that to you. So you had to be prepared, man. Dudes used to line their cell up with plastic. Dudes used to line their cell with, old empty soda cans. So if anything knocked down, if they would sleep, it'll wake them up. All of these type of things, man, or they break the plastic, it'll wake them up. Dudes sleep light in there when it comes to things that somebody that's trying to infiltrate the cell, opposed to it could be noise everywhere. The block be loud all the time in the wall. And dudes will sleep through that like a baby. But if it's imminent danger at that door pop, they heard that door open, they heard something fall by their door. Any of that type of stuff, they would wake up immediately because they was already had their mind trained to that type of stuff. And this was crucial in your survival, man. Crucial. Yeah, so it was a must, to stay ready so you won't have to get ready. Because you may not have time to get ready. You had to already have these things lined up, already had these things in place for the what if, And you could not be beefing with nobody. You could not have any issues with nobody, but you don't know who got issues with you for whatever reason, for whatever reason. And crazy as it is, a lot of times in prison, it don't have to be a reason. It just could be the season. You know what I'm saying? It's the season for people to be acting foolish, to be coming with the skullduggery, the tomfoolery, the larceny, the flimflammery. You know, their life is going astray, and they, man, I ain't never liked this cat anyway. And then they coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Or they trying to get a reputation, and they picking you. You understand? So, man, it was, yeah, those were some dangerous times, man. Dangerous times in there, man. And like I say, it's a lot of dudes that bear those scars of, you know, not being prepared. And it's some that bear the scars of being prepared. Because you ain't going to be able, like that fire thing, you're not going to really be able to duck that completely because you trapped in a cell. And the cell is ablaze. You know, but those may be the dudes that was partially prepared, slightly prepared, or not well enough prepared. They had burns on their legs and little burns on their arm and just, you know, not as like full body, you know what I'm saying? Whatever what is the worst degree, third degree, first, I don't know, whatever degree who had those degree burns all over their body. And I'm talking about, I didn't see all over their face, man. You know, reconstructive surgery to make them look halfway, you know, where they can, you know, move their lips and keep their eyes open, ears burnt almost off, man. It was just crazy, whole body, you know, like that. And that was hard to even look at, let alone to imagine going through. So when you come into this type of environment, and you see these things and you know these things, especially like me, when I was so young, it's like, man, it's like mind-boggling. This is why a lot of people, like I say, coming to prison, never been to prison before, they get overwhelmed with fear. Because they see what's going on, they see what has went on, and they like, man, I'm in this. And then if you add on top of that, they got an astronomical number to do of time. It's like, man, am I built for this? Can I survive this? And, you know, and that's going to be the first question. And the second one is, how am I going to survive this? You know what I'm saying? How? So it's questions that you're going to have to answer for yourself, and you're going to have to answer them fast. Because if you don't answer them, somebody's going to make those decisions for you. Those are the young people that come in there and get so scared and overwhelmed with fear, and they don't see no other way out, and they don't have the whatever it takes to take your life, which I think it takes a lot to take your own life. But if they don't have that in them, those are the ones, like I say, people make decisions for them. Those are the ones that get turned out. Those are the ones that, you know, get strung out on drugs. Those are the ones that lose their mind. Those are the ones that just go insane because we are in some insanity. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes, that pressure is overwhelming, man. It's overwhelming. And I'm telling you, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody because it's that much pressure on you. You know, I told y'all before in videos, you know, just truth being told, it was points at the inception in the beginning, I was suicidal because I ain't think I can make it through all this. You know what I'm saying? All this every day. Nah, man, it's rough. It's rough, man. It's rough. Trust me, man. Trust me. You know, this is why I count my blessings to this day, every day. You know, because I know what I came through, and I knew what it took to get through what I came through. And that's why I still got, you know, big respect and much love for everybody in there that's still fighting that good fight, man, and trying to get back out here, you know. And like I said, you know, that danger in that cell comes in many forms. Many forms. You know, you could be sitting in the cell, you know, and you could have your door closed, and they get that door pop, and 2 or 3 dudes can run up in there. They could have the Bethlehem. They could have them hot pockets, them locks in the socks. They could just have their hands. I can't even begin to count those. I can't even begin to count. And then it could be a cell break, or before they even had cell breaks, you could just have your door and dudes could be plotting on you. They run up in your cell and they got one laid back while they in there doing you dirty, and they could tell somebody, oh, close such and such door, and then your door get closed and you're locked in. That's what I mean when them doors close. You have to acknowledge that threat, boom, off the top when they run in there. You got to be up and ready and have a game plan to if nothing else, fight your way outside that cell before that door closed, man. Because once that door closed, you stuck. You stuck. Straight like that, you are stuck. It's just you and whoever. Even if it's one cat, you got to deal with them. If it's two, you got to deal with them. If it's three, you got to deal with them. Because that door is closed and they ain't going to get it open until they done did what they going to do to you. You know, so these are the things that you have to be ready for, man. And a lot of dudes sit around with their door open and all up in there with shower shoes on, all comfortable, or, eating a honey bun or something, watching TV and got their feet kicked up. And then next thing you know, bang, them dudes come running up in there, or somebody come running up in there and boom, 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 boom. And you ain't even been able to get up off of the bed, you know what I'm saying? And then if you do, you ain't got no traction, your shoes will fell off. And then next thing you know, bang, your door getting closed. Now you in there and you already, half groggy from these blows that this dude done rain down on you. And now he gonna do what he wanna do to you. And now he gonna do what he wanna do to you. Now, like I said, too many times that had happened in the penitentiary. Too many times, Too many times, man. And dudes will run up in there, man, and sometimes they get surprised. Because dude's ready. Dude may be sitting up in there laid back watching TV or whatever, but he might got that Bethlehem right there, hands reaching. As soon as you come button rushing up in there, he done grab that joint, you know what I'm saying? And you done ran into something. I have seen dudes run up in that cell and run back out before the door get closed. Because they ran in there and dude was waiting, dude was prepared. And as soon as they run in there, they get ran back up out there. You know what I'm saying? So normally when something like that is going on, when they got that door, they got somebody working with them saying, man, get that door closed when I go in there. Get that door closed when I go in there. But see, like I say, even the person coming in, they got to be prepared. They got to be ready for what they stepping into. Because you stepping into a lion's den if you go in the wrong cell. You stepping into your casket if you go in the wrong cell. See what I'm saying? So it's a dangerous game, man. It's a dangerous game, man. All the way around the board, this is one dangerous game, man. But that cell is it's a death trap. It's a death trap all the way around the board. And the same thing, it still applies with the police, with the administration. They run up in there, they try to do you dirty in the cell so can't nobody see it. Can't nobody testify to it. Can't nobody say, oh, they doing this. They'll keep somebody on the outside of the door and they try to stand there and block the vision of what's going on inside there. And you can have 2, 3 police in there doing you dirty. They gonna lie. They gonna say they didn't do this. They gonna say you bucked. They gonna say you swung on one of them. They gonna say, it depends on where you at. So either way, the bottom line is the first order of business is to get outside that cell. I don't care who it is. Get outside the cell. So number one, if you dealing with a convict or inmate that you got the beef with and they done ran down on you or you in there with them, get outside the cell so you can move, so you can work, so you can, you ain't boxed in. You know what I'm saying? If you go down in that cell, man, it depends on who on top of you. That's a wrap. You may not get back up. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's the police in there, it's the same thing. Your objective is to get outside the cell so the masses can witness what's going on. Because it may be them that keep the people from doing to you what they really plan to do to you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, because now they know they got eyes on them. So then they thinking about their job. Now they thinking about the consequences. But when they know only people that can see this is them, the same people that wear the same uniform they own, same people get the same check they get, they not going to take food out of them people's mouth. They not going to say, oh yeah, he did this wrong. Nah, they not going to do that because they going to be ostracized. They going to be ostracized at work, man. It's just like the police on the street. When have you ever seen the police testifying on the police and then he don't get ostracized or he don't get blackballed? You know what I'm saying? When? I ain't saying it ain't never happened, but that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal. All the way back to what I think that movie was called with Al Pacino, Serpico. Even in what was it? Was it American Gangster? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, American Gangster. The dude is chasing Frank Lewis. You know what I'm saying? He found all that money and gave it back. Ain't no police don't trust him no more. Because they thinking he do something honorable, then they do so much stuff that's unhonorable that he gonna tell if he around. So they don't even trust you no more. So you can't look for those people that do the right thing, even though they in the position of they supposed to be doing the right thing. You cannot depend on that. And you can definitely not depend on it with your life at stake. No, sir. No, sir. Not me. And they're going to give you an assault charge for trying to protect yourself. They're going to give you an assault charge for trying to fight to get outside the cell. They're going to say you assaulted the officer. But am I going to fight to get outside that cell? If I know they in there to do some physical damage to me, man, you can lay flat and believe that. You can lay flat and believe that. They going to write up whatever they got to write up, and they have wrote it up on me, but I ain't going to be inside that cell where y'all can do all this wicked stuff to me and ain't nobody going to be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? And they ask me why I did what I did or what was I doing. You know what I'm saying? And my word going to fall on deaf ears. But I ain't got to say nothing when people see it and they know they gonna ease up, they gonna do what they supposed to do, and they may wait till they get you outside of the camera's view or outside of the people's view. But then you also got them people to say when you come up with all these bruises and missing tooth or knocked out eye or something by the police or whoever, they gonna say, oh, they ain't take him out the block like that. And when they took him out the block, he had handcuffs on. So how did he do all this to get all of that? So they think about those things. So it's you know, it behooves you, even if it's the police, to get outside that cell. You know what I'm saying? Get outside that cell where you can be seen, where you can, you know what I'm saying, feel like you got some type of protection on you, man. Because like I say, your life is a one and done. That's a one and done, man. You know, it's just like some of the things on your body is a one and done. You lose an eye, you can't get that back. You know, you lose your teeth, you can't get that back. You may can get it back, but it ain't yours. You know what I'm saying? I want mine. I want what I was born with. I want what I was born with, man. And you know, God forbid you take it, because I can't live like that. No, I can't live like that. So, you know, like I say, man, that cell is a death trap. It's a death trap, man, if you let it be. But you got to be prepared, man. You got to be ready for that type of stuff, because in the penitentiary, man, it can happen, man, at the drop of a dime, man. So you have to be thinking like that. Why do we got to even bring all these things up? Why do we have to even deal with all these things? Because we did some foolishness to get us in this position. Now we in this type of lifestyle, and this is what we got to deal with. This is what it is. So if you don't want this, don't go to prison. Don't put yourself in a position to go to prison. You won't never have to deal with this type of stuff. But in prison, man, you gonna have to deal with this type of stuff, man. It's just a reality. It's just where you are. You know what I'm saying? It's where you are. And this is why I say what I say in these videos, because I want y'all to know what you're facing when you give up this freedom. This is what you're facing, you know, possibly on a daily basis. You understand? So, man, it ain't worth it. I can't see nothing worth it. I'm sitting here thinking about it now, and I done made it through it, and it still makes me feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't how a human being is supposed to live. This is not how a human being is supposed to live, man. But this is how you got to live in that if you want to survive, if you want to come out intact, if you want to remain who you went in there as. Yeah, think about it. Because I'm not saying by no stretch of the imagination that life out here is easy, especially with all the foolishness I done seen going on out here since I've been out here. But you know, in there, you can't get away from it. You know, out here, you know, sometimes you can't get away from it, but you can, you know, you can pinpoint it. You know where it's coming from. It may be over here, and you just stay away from over here. It may be in this neighborhood, you stay away from that neighborhood. It may be in this city. It may be in, you can stay away from it. There's nowhere to hide in prison. There's no way to stay away from it. It's on this penitentiary, this penitentiary, this penitentiary, this block, that block. This is everywhere. The flammery and skullduggery and the larceny, it breeds in prison. It got life in prison. You understand? It ain't gonna never leave prison. You know, that stuff has life without parole in prison. It ain't gonna never leave. Never leave, man. And you know, when you out here in this free world, man, you know, at least you have, you know, options. You know, you have family, you have support, you have love, you have, you know, chances to get it right, even when it don't seem like it's going right. But in there, man, you got to roll with the punches. You understand me? You got to roll with the punches. You just got to roll with them. So, you know, yeah, man, it behooves you to think about everything that you're doing out here that has possible incarceration attached to it. And weight options, you know. I hope these videos and these, you know, stories and visionaries ring in your head when you think about, you know, foolishness, when you think about taking chances. I hope they, you know, man, I ain't trying to go through that. This is my hope, that these videos have that type of effect on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I can promise you, if you hear this and it doesn't, and you end up in that position, it will haunt you with these videos and these words, and it will haunt you, man. Just like my mother's voice haunted me. You know what I'm saying? Banky, you better stop. Banky, you know, because she could feel it, that I won't living right, that I won't doing right. And she used to warn me. And once you in that position now, when you can't be helped, those voices will ring in your head, man. That you should have listened, that you should have took heed, that you should have paid attention while you had the chance, the opportunity. The two things that I just told you will be removed from you if you go on the other side. Chances and opportunities. You know, so, yeah, man. But those cells, stay out of them. You never have to worry about it, man. But it's a dangerous game in there, man. It is definitely a dangerous game. And it ain't no place for nobody to be. So, you know, I just wanted to say that, man. And shout out to the dude who asked me that question, man. I've been talking so much, I can't remember your name, but you know who you are. And it was a good question. And it sparked this memory to talk about this because I thought it was important, you know. So, big shout out to you. And that's why I tell y'all, man, hit me in the comments. Talk to me. I talk back. I can't talk to everybody. I can't answer every one of them. But if I see it, I'm going to hit you with I seen it. With, you know what I'm saying? By putting that heart on there, putting my logo on there to let you know I read that. But I can't do everybody's video. But if it sparks something in me at that time, that's what's going to happen, man. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate, you know, y'all comments. I appreciate if you share these videos. I definitely appreciate it if you subscribe. We're on the road to 100K. I can't get there without y'all. So let's do it, man. Let's get this message out there everywhere, man. Worldwide. You know, TBP Nation. Yeah, nation. Not city, not state. You know, nation. We're going to be worldwide. We're going to save some lives and change some minds, man. So we can change the future for some of these young people, man. So, you know, with that being said, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions. I see y'all in 24 hours. And by all means, duck them hooks. Boy, that boy might be getting faster.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.